This man, this criminal, abducts my wife, kills her, tries to kill me in cold blood. But instead of recognizing the obvious, you accuse me of some kind of a monstrous scheme. Deschler killed Francis, no one else.
No, sir, that's not possible. You see, Mr. Deschler had an alibi.
What?
Yes, sir. He couldn't possibly have killed your wife. And what's more, your sworn statement is perjured.
You're crazy.
Correct me if I'm mistaken. But you said you were with your wife until noon on Thursday the 20th, the day she was abducted.
Yes.
Well, you see, sir, Mr. Deschler was down at the Department of Motor Vehicles taking his driver's test that morning. And I've got a sworn statement from an examiner to that effect. So you see, Mr. Deschler couldn't possibly have kidnapped your wife. But you could have.
Lieutenant, what in the hell are you saying? Deschler had no alibi. My wife was abducted in the afternoon.
No, sir, that's what we assumed. Actually, she was kidnapped in the morning. And at precisely the same time that you said you were at home alone with her. I have absolute proof, sir, that Mrs. Galesko was tied to that chair in that ranch house at 10 o'clock in the morning. I took the snapshot of Mrs. Galesko, and I took it down to our photo lab. And I had a giant blow-up made from that print. And I want you to know, my friend, that I took personal charge of that process, just so that there'll be no mistake. You see that clock in the background? That clock reads 10 o'clock. That's very plain. 10 o'clock, sir. That's the time that you claim you were at home alone with your wife.
Oh, Lieutenant, you're priceless. You're a gem. You're a little flawed, and you're not too bright, but you're one of a kind.
I think that's a very incriminating piece of evidence, sir.
Evidence? Don't you see what you've done? You've taken that picture and you have reversed it.
Sir?
You have made a mistake, Lieutenant. In the process of enlarging that photo, you've turned everything around. The clock doesn't say 10. It says 2 o'clock.
Well, can you do that? Is that possible?
It certainly is.
I don't understand.
Get the original photo and compare it. I'll demonstrate it to you. Then you'll see where you made a big mistake.
The original?
The original snapshot, yes.
Well, I'm afraid that's going to be a problem, sir. You see, when I was down in the dark room working with the guy from the photo lab, I was helping out. I accidentally dropped the original in a batch of hydrochloric acid.
What?
Yes, sir. There is no other print. It's gone.
What is this? A clumsy attempt to frame me with false evidence?
Oh, no, sir. No, I wouldn't do that. No, I'm afraid this is the picture. And there's been no mistake. I'll testify to that. Sergeant Hoffman, would you read Mr. Galesko his rights?
Hold it. Hold it, Lieutenant, before you do something you'll regret. I hate to disappoint you, but you have proof of my innocence despite your clumsiness.
Sir?
We don't need the original snapshot. The negative will serve the same purpose. Look at that negative in the back of the camera, Lieutenant. It proves I'm right.
Were you a witness to what he just did?
Yes, Lieutenant.
Were you a witness to what he just did?
Yes, sir.
Were you a witness to what he just did?
Yes, I am, sir.
Witness to what?
You just incriminated yourself, sir. You've identified the camera.
That's right, sir. That's what you did. You see, you didn't pick out this one, or this one, or this one. You didn't touch any of these 12 cameras. You picked that one. Yes, this is the camera that was used to take your wife's picture. But you would have no way of knowing that. Or of knowing that this negative was in the back of this particular camera unless you'd taken the picture yourself. Just one more thing.